Hello everyone, welcome to the Northern Tarot. My name is Andy. Today, as usual, on Monday, we will go to the Oracle messages, and this is gonna be the Oracle message number 49. This is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay, guys, so happy new week to everyone. End of May, now, and very soon we're gonna go to June, which is, I think, it's time to start to play the new game and refresh your mind. Think about what is the program is about, what is the old program, and how to reprogram it. In my course, the Aligning with Your Higher Self course, I will teach about all these things in details, and it's kind of like mainly about we need this information to understand the goal of where we're heading. And then I've got some kind of like special techniques of supporting with the meditating. In the words, it's kind of like alien's way to do it. Now the reason why I say that, because see, last night I went to the starship of the Arcturian people, the ETs. You might be surprised, right? Even myself surprised. But with my new abilities now, I tend to just need to close my eyes and meditate for a couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes, and I can go straight to where I set the intention. But for some reason, I feel like I've got the connections with all these things. So I actually got invited, or else you couldn't find them. They need to allow you to come in, or allow you to see them. So actually, got into the starship, and there's a lot of people there, but because they in the other dimension, so you cannot see their face clearly, but you can see the shape and the number of people, but you can see the ship, the wall of a ship. It's made of glasses, and you can feel too. You can feel the air. It's so healing, it's so calm, it's so chill. Anyway, so the reason why I say that, because based on things that people talk out there, I was always drawn to these stories, because we all have the sense of things when it comes to knowing. You always have the sense of what you're capable of, where you're from, who you truly are. But sometimes the ego things were too powerful, especially if you're from a religious background or very kind of like strict cultural, area, and the ego is too powerful that it overrides your intuition. However, together we've been here now, so I'm pretty sure that things start to get clearer and clearer in your head. So what I want to say before we start the reading is, the idea of what we're going to play this new game is, I will try to provide all the skills and the wisdoms and informations from spirits, but we will focus a little bit more when I do the reading, if the cards relevant with the situations, about how to kind of like come out of this game as a victor, as a conqueror. So you can clear all your karmics, leave everything here, make sure that you got all the experiences that you register to want to know, because it serves your expansions, and trying to learn the new skills that you think that it serves you. For example, here in our group here, our clan, we have the spiritual skill. Now spirituality is actually the top wisdom of the whole universe. It's the universal wisdom, actually. That's the Arcturian is about. They are the healer and spiritualist. So they obtain the highest wisdom of the universe, and they can resurrect themselves, clone the body, which is easy for the advanced technology, and put their soul into the new one. And that is actually our future image, we're gonna be them to that level of evolution. So we're still a long way, but for now, this life cycle, spiritual cycle, to the light, in the light of the earth, it's gonna last another 14,000 years. So many of you gonna be back. I'm telling you, because a lot of you still learning about how to function life, but you can shorten the loop of the reincarnations by learning right this lifetime, because I am here with you. Now I'm saying this with my sincerity. It's my honor and privilege if I can share, because this is my it's my program, but it's kind of my mission. I chose it to share. So I'm so pleased that you're here, and actually you trust me, and we work together from right on today. So we don't need to wait until when, because when we have to wait for something, let's figure out how to create this new mindset of playing game. So for that idea, I would like you to think about your life now, right now, wherever you are. You have to keep saying, this is the game. It's not real. So you can see right away that you literally can throw everything away. Nothing you need to keep. You only need, what you're looking for is experiences. Clearing your karmic. For example, if you have children, parents, whatever, they are karma. Right? If you see what I mean. But anything's not that, throw it away. Especially relationship. I know some people laugh, right? Don't take relationship serious, because it's all about experience. They will never be your partners. Even if you think they are partners in this life, it's role play. It's role play. This is why I say that 2023 is a wake-up call to everyone. For that reason, a lot of truth gonna shock people. You know, like if I tell my mom these things, she's not gonna agree with me. She's gonna say, "Oh, you crazy, and you're out of your mind, and you know, you don't live with traditions and all these things." You know, that's its level of consciousness. Because it's because the dark spiritual cycle lasted 24,000 years. That's a long time. How many people been affected to live that way? Then we cannot expect them to change unless they have the spiritual blessing like you guys here. And especially you are Sagittarius, very advanced mind, because that's the matrix of Sagittarius. So you will understand, and that's why we are chosen to be the pioneer. Now you see everything makes sense. So God is very smart. He always knows a plan. He always knows the best way to lead. So all we need to do is just to follow the guidance. Okay guys, so let's go straight to the cards, and we will see what spirits have for us. Okay, so Oracle message number 49. As usual, we will go to the tarot, and I will pull 3 cards from the tarot to see what is that we gonna need to know from spirits. Oh, by the way, I was talking about in the next 14,000 years, and a lot of us will come back here, right? And all the skills you learn, it actually will be stored. It will be stored in the records, and it's called the Akashic records. Some of you might have heard of it. If you're not yet, then you can Google or search on YouTube too. Or if you want, I can make a video about it, the Akashic records, because the Akashic records are kept by the Acturian too. So the Acturians, They are the guardians of the galaxy. So if you when you die, well, you don't die, right? But when your avatar, the human body, when it stopped working, um, you will go in and out to the other dimension, and there's a guidance. There will be the people who guide you through the process. It's actually they are actually Acturians. So just prepare you. So this is what I'm talking about. We're gonna share the informations in a scientific way with evidences, and we figure out that what we're doing now, we're not living in a mess anymore. We're not living with the confusion of the goal, of the purposes. So first of all, you need to find who you truly are first. And then you will figure out what type of game outside of the collective you want to play, what type of characters. It will be, it's not random choice of what you want. It will be based on what your soul blueprint requires, because the experiences serve the expansion of the soul. So it depends on which career that soul chose. So that it's your soul path with a lot of wisdom. Now, if you understand what I mean, so this is the very good time for Sagittarius to find the purposes, because we are being supported by Jupiter in Taurus, and also the first house of the full moon in the very soon on the 4th of June is also show you the approaches. So let's go to Oracle message number 49. If you would like to donate, please find the donate button in the description box. And if you want to register for the course that I have, Aligning with Your Higher Self, please email me your information. I need to know your countries, about the time zone, and when you're free, so we can arrange, because I can start anytime. So now the tarot, we have the Two of Wands, Death, and the Ten of Pentacles. This is gonna be the revelations of the door, the pathway, the next game that you're about to step in. So this time, because I say that I want to make it this a new style of doing tarot, so everything we share the information, but we will focus on how to play this game. So this time, when you're stepping into something, I want you to think about, it is aligned to the soul, because everything has to serve the soul, not what you want. What you want is the ego. And I want you to, to learn more about self-responsibilities. So if, no crying, no mourning, no grieving, because none of that relevant to anything or anyone, even not relevant even to yourself. If you see what I mean, because it will just cause the low vibrations, and it will stop you from manifest the highest good to yourself. So go in something, anything that open for you, you will need to figure out if this is really what my soul desire. And how you know your soul desire, you have to ask your heart. Anything that your mind say, don't trust your mind, because the heart working independently. It has nothing to do with the mind or the ego, the program of everything that people throw in you. Because your thought is what people throw in you. So only trust your heart. That's the one thing that I want you to do, because the Two of Wands here say that you're gonna be led the way through that door of transformation. Look at that, death and abundance there. But make sure that you be certain of how you feel. But definitely that's why I say this is this year is like amnesty years. Doesn't matter how slow you might have been in the past, how confusing you were, for example, or how much karmic you have, but the universe just allow you to step in the new game. So it's a big blessing for 2023, and that's the reason why a lot of soul wants to incarnate around this time. So the Ten of Pentacles, there will be a vast major changes in your way of generating the money, materials with the Ten of Pentacles. I say the way, not the money. If you see what I mean. You might get some money in, but it's not necessary, because as I say, this is a time you set up your game. So make sure whatever that you want to do, it will serve you a long time, at least the 10-year plan. Then you will be good to go. But what I'm thinking is, the main goal of this is, if you understand this is a game and accept it, because a lot of people don't accept it. I told some people, my friends, my families, for example, they think it's rubbish. They think it, and they keep saying, "Oh, I have skeptical mind," all this sort of thing. I say, right, okay, I don't ask you to trust me. I don't need you to. But here's the thing that I'm thinking about human. We are scared. We are scared of changes. We fear. As long as something new comes, people tend to resist it. If you think about that. New generation, not so much. Old generation, the older you are, the more you resist. Because, it's kind of like the whole system of your belief, the whole thing that you trusted, suddenly overnight becomes zero. Like, it's like collapsed. It's shocking, right? So I understand that. It will take time. However, people with advanced mind, like intellectual people with awareness, it doesn't matter how old they are, it can't shock them. That's why I think intellectual level is quite important for the start, if someone wants to develop to the spirituality, because spirituality is the top of the universe already. So hopefully, but there is a big shift going on this year worldwide. However, not every places, because if there are places that the internet was being restricted from the outside world, like North Korea, for example, how you think people get access to information? Without information, you cannot evolve, and that is exactly what humans did to each other to control. So we have to, feel that we are very lucky to be here and got all these informations, and also we can, at least have this channel to talk with each other. Okay, now oracle message. As usual, I will use a star code Astro, and we have Jupiter. Number 23, abundance. 10 of Pentacles. There you go. New game, new changes, new expansions, new purposes, new philosophy. Now you understand why you choose Jupiter as your matrix. Because I know that some of you, or majority of you, not yet remember. But I can see why you chose it, because you know for the fact that you played this game many times already. And you understood that the money, the unconditional love, whatever, it's all false. Nothing's real. It's only for experiences. It's stimulated experiences to serve your soul purposes. That's why you chose Sagittarius. So anyone chose the Sagittarius matrix, they're gonna be also. So they've been doing this matrix many times. So that's why they comes to that recognition. And you told yourself, the best way to solve this is to go with that. Because you might try to be Virgo, you might try to be Pisces, you might try to be Capricorn, money and things like that. It did not quite help, if you see what I mean. So that's why I see the pattern of Sagittarius through myself when I was much younger, but I didn't know deep about these things like now. So anyway, that is the first card we have. Now the second card, we have the 8th house, mystery, number 46. Okay, so let me see what is the 8th house. The 8th house it's a mystery, but it's not. So the 8th house is actually merging, sex, intimacy, shared finances, inheritances, taxes, loans, assessed properties, joint ventures, gold, mysteries. Oh yeah, they do have mysteries here, and partners, resources. Well, so this is about unexpected, you're gonna receive something. It can be a support, it can be money, it can be inheritance. Inheritance. It can be a loan that you can get. So this is kind of like beneficial things coming toward you, and it's unexpected. So that's why they say mysteries, right? But it's the 8th house. So the 8th house is about shared resources, about shared. It's either you inherit something or you share the resources. But normally you share the resources with your spouse, your partner. So it's like suddenly you got the support from people. Okay, so this is amazing, guy, because Spirit's saying keep going and look into that door of destiny, the door of the divine plan, that you chose it. No one chose for you. You chose it. So if you chose it, then you will have to start to trust yourself more and walk toward that directions and get through that door, because it's exactly what you're looking for. Okay, so the second oracles. Let's go to the star seeds. This is very good energy, guys. The whole new horizons, and also the whole new style of living, the new whole world, everything. Okay, so the star seed, the first one we have the inner earth. you will survive this. New solutions and new beginnings. Wow, can you believe that? Can you guys believe that? I cannot make this up. I deliver the messages on behalf of myself, like the video last night or the introduction video, because that is the way I feel. That's the way I feel. But here, Spirit say the same things. So you will survive this, new solutions and beginnings. And in the reading last week, I also have the video say beginnings, if you remember, because beginning is house 1. That's the first house. So we're nearly there, but the thing is, make sure that you always remember what I say. Don't forget this is the game. So don't take anything serious. Don't let your mentality being tortured, or you actually torture yourself mentally and physically, because, to be honest, you want to feel how it feels like. It's no one else asks you to do it. No situation forces you to do it. It's all by you. But once you recognize it and you think, okay, that's enough for the experience, now let's feel the opposite. Because you only want something because you want the opposite. What you did was you were building the contrast of what is that you look for, so you can enjoy the opposite side of it when the time comes. And now is the time. It's coming. So that's why you will have to stop anything that's silly and being serious about yourself. Now is the time the soul speaks on the level of souls. You can't act unconsciously, if you understand what I mean, like randomly, spontaneously, like a child in an old body. That is not, it's not about nice or not, but it's just not cool. Because the fact is your soul already lived thousands of lives. So why now? Right? Even you are 30, 20, even 16 years old, 15, 14 years, your soul still 1,000 years. It's just a matter of when you recognize it. So now the second card we have Higherself, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Wow, it's a calling, the summon from the clan, guys. Wake up, wake up. If anyone wake up already, please leave me a comment. I'm up. If anyone not yet, wake up and say, I'm still sleepy. So I know. But here is what Spirit is actually trying to say is actually very deep, because this is a deep love. So the deep love here is about, first of all, anything you feel, any thought that you had, it's all recorded in the Akashic records, where the Acturians, keeping, guarding. So they understand how you feel and everything that you went through, but it's part of the the evolution, because that is the experiences you look for. The only thing that they can support you is by sharing information, giving you guidance, and also arrange events in your life, but to allow these events to happen in the right timing, like the divine timing, you need to go to the right path, if you understand what I mean. Because once you walk to the right path, or the right map of the game, then everything's already there because it's already preset. Okay, so we have the mother's milk, birth as a portal. Isn't that the death card? You see how it's amazing. So guys, there will be you're gonna meet your gatekeeper somewhere. I hear the word gatekeeper here with the death card. So you need to go through this. You need to take that leap of faith, but with confidence. You were never able to take the leap of faith if you're nervous or you don't trust yourself. That's just to show that you never completed your homework with yourself. And when you don't finish your homework, it means that you don't finish the old ideologies of how you lived in the old life. How can you create a new life? That's the thing. Everything old needs to be gone. You need to reprogram the whole things and allow guidance to come to you. And you can only get correct, accurate guidance if you learn how to be quiet with yourself and stop running like a headless chicken around aimlessly. Sometimes you don't know what you're doing and you waste your energy. And it leads you from one trouble to another trouble, and you don't know how to break out of that loop, and you keep attracting the same problems again and again and again. Okay, so now the next oracle cards, we have the Celtic spread, and this one is the green man, nature, connections, and source. There you go. The portals open here, welcome you. It's like welcome home, welcome to the connections, welcome my lost child. That is the feeling of it. The green man say the same thing. And the source is wide open, pouring down these blessing, showers of blessing onto you to heal, to guide you, and also to send you people to help you see through. Because it's time to de-character. It's time to de-characterize yourself. You've been playing too deep. That is what I hear. There's no need to play too deep your character. It's time to let it go. Okay, so now the second card we have the Maiden, innocent love past, number 4. Isn't this is you? This isn't the energy that you are obtaining, but that is what you are lovable about, and that's why people love the Sagittarius, because doesn't matter how experienced you think you gain about this life, you can't get rid of that innocent trait of you. It's always there somewhere. And that's why I say we need to learn about ourselves, so we know which one is the ego and which one is our souls. So we know which one is to, learn to live and get along with it, but not let it produce karma, and what to embrace. The innocence, it must be your soul things, must be the one of the characters of your blueprints. Innocent love and past. I'm telling you what, love is on your way. I see love coming your way, and I think there is something gonna happening around Wednesday. I don't know why, but it's not because it's number 4 here. Because I feel like the moment that you awake, recognize your soul, is the moment that your soulmate from the past life also managed to do the same. And that's why people start to feel that connection. The vibration, the frequencies start to matching. Doesn't matter if you're close or far away from each other. But as long as, so all you need, if you want to find love, all you need is to get yourself awake. And that's it, you don't have to do anything. The universe will do the rest for you. And this is also my advice to young people, because we all grow up and, start to go to work and make some money, and then when we start to think, I'm an adult now, I'm a grown up now, so I can make my own choices and things like that. Especially when it comes to love, and then just bump into all these dramas in relationship. You can't find love until you learn about what love is, because we come here to learn to love and to be loved. You try to learn to love people, and you believe that's the right way to love, but you don't know what they're looking for. They might not looking for to be loved. You try and learn to love because you want to be loved, if you see what I mean. But they want to learn to be loved, so they learn how to love. So it's the game of throne, of everything, Everyone learns something. But as long as you complete all the learning, and you will know when, that's why I say, how you know, people will ask, so how you know when you learn everything? When you align with your higher self. The Trinity factors, when they align with each other. The 3 cubes, mind, the soul, and the body, when they align, they create that structures of the 9 dimensions. That is when you know you are aligned. And love will come. Everything will come. Money will come. But if you remember last year when I did that video about soulmates, and I did say that soulmates is only for a period of times, because soulmate designed to help you through that period or to learn that things. And when you finished, people tend to just walk away because they need to learn a new things. And so do you, for example. Okay guys, so now the unicorn, we have number 31, new beginning, cosmic emerald, create perfect health, access divine abundance. So your health improve for sure. It's very soon. It's actually on the mending now. But here's the thing. When you comes to awakening, when you comes to realize of who you are, who you truly are, you allow your consciousness to up level. And that consciousness is so powerful because it's the master of the whole thing that's running your body here. It allows everything to be back to balance and resets the whole things. And if you can manage to align with your higher self will literally pump the energies in you, in your body. to give you the boost of energies and everything. And it's really healing. It actually feels like in the starship of the Arcturian last night. It's amazing. Okay, so it's the second card. Let's see. We have go with the flow. Relax and trust. Accept what is happening. Did I say that to people? I did say that a lot of times, but I don't think people can understand. Or, well, I'm wrong when I say that. To be honest, no, I do believe people understand everything. Because the fact is they're not living one life. None of the people in this world lives one life. If you can find anyone lives one life, I will give you anything you want. So people always understand, but as I say, it's just. So I was talking with Fahey about the video yesterday, and he say that, or he or she say that people immature because they just want the money. No, it's kind of like, it's kind of true in a sense, because immature here means that they're still very young. I mean the soul. So the soul not mature. That's why they cannot understand the power of the Sagittarius matrix. So they go for maybe Capricorn, for example. The people just money and work and money and work and money, things like that. And then they will actually, if you think about the zodiac sign, it starts with Aries. So it's increased. If you think about that, it increase until the last one is Pisces, right? Pisces is very spiritual too. So it to show that there's a combinations of how you learn things. Through changing sign, each sign you will learn different things. For example, if you are Leo, you will learn about how to feel or be like, everyone admires you. Have the beauty, the brain at the same time, like perfection, things like that. I must say that for Sagittarius, when we choose this matrix, people actually are very brave, and because Sagittarius is a sign of the mixtures of everything together. It's every little bit of everything. So it can be very confusing, and it's because it's nothing clear about the traits. It's not 100% about money. It's not 100% about spiritual. It's not 100% about ego, like Leo. But then you got everything. You also center of the crowd. You are the soul of the party. You also very religious. You also, if you want to be practical, right, you can be very practical too. But because it's confusing, so sometimes people find it themselves confused. They don't know how to function their life, which path to take. Because it's like me, because I know too many things, but then I'm not good at anything. So I'm confused. I was like, so what is that really means for me, for example? So hopefully that you resonate with that. Now, the next oracles we have, there's something better. Now I see there's a Two of Wands here, right? It's kind of saying there's something. It's very narrow, but it's already existing somewhere in your manifestation. So if you try to give yourself some quiet time and bring out that visualization and make sure that your heart feels right with it, You will know something right when your heart say, that's it, that's the one. But for now, Spirit say there is something better, so I can feel the energies of the collective that it feels like some old thing trying to come back to you, for example, or even new things or new opportunity, but it's very similar ideas. It's the same pattern with the old thing that you had before, but you didn't like it. So you kind of like at the crossroads of thinking, so should I just take it because I want to be practical here? Now, that is why how we play the game. Stop being practical, being more crazy with your heart. So what your heart tell you. If your heart say that be practical, then yes, practical. And if your heart say no, I still don't like it, then don't. Doesn't matter. That is the lessons about trust. It's a test of faith, actually. Okay, the second card we have let go. Let go, surrenders. We had the video yesterday about how to play to play the game, how to surrender. It's the same meanings. It's the same meaning with transcend too. We come here to transcend those that not healthy and not love. Anything not love needs to be transcended. So that is what we're doing. Okay, so now the next oracles. We will go to the rose oracles. Let me check. Oh wow, there's no space here, so I will sneak in here. Okay, so we have the course of the seed. The blueprint is within you. Take the next step. Amazing, guys. This is, definitely it's about how we. This is like the take a leap of faith, the jump. Take that jump. Especially with my stories for the past 2-3 days. I never felt like I posted so many videos like the past 2 days. Something tells me that I need to push the collectives. Of course that a lot of people not being bothered, right? But it's fine. But as long as I can push even one person, that's the main purpose of it. That's good enough. We don't need too many people at the same time because this is new. This is something very, very new, totally new, never happened before. And so we would just have to enjoy the ride, trust each other, and take the leap of faith. So we have the blueprints is within you. Take the next step. As I say, you got something trying to tell you, guide you about what to do. Everyone will have that thing. Save you a lot of time to have to go and consider if anything better out there. Now some of you, let go is very important. Now to play the game, right, this is because I'm trying to figure out how I do the tarot and still play the game with the collective, or have you play the game is more the right way to describe it. When you let go of something or someone, rule number 1, never mention their name. Never even think about the event that involved the person. Because first of all, everything in this world is energy. Even yourself doing nothing is energy already. So when you mention their name, you create the energy. You create the karma. When you think, your thought, the energy doesn't go anywhere. So if it can't go out, where it goes? it goes straight right in your body and it circulates in your body somewhere until it will come out. So stop, because I just pay attention a couple of times, not couple of times, many times. People keep saying, I learned to let go, I don't do this, that, but why you still mention it? What's the point? Why? Can you explain to me why you still mention the name of the person? What is that purpose of you doing it? You unconsciously doing something, right? So it's okay if you didn't know, you're unconscious. But when you being, pointed out the reason why you shouldn't do it, and if you still do it, then you only have yourself to blame. This game is built on energies, the principle of how energies interact with each other, and because it's a game, everything's recorded. So to play the game well, we need to master the trick of where they set people up and trigger it. So let go. Today we have something about the matrix that we learned, right? Please remember that if you don't want something or someone, even it really annoys you, pretend you're okay. Even you're not honest yet with yourself, because that's how we deal with the game. So the game couldn't record you. Now you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, so we still have the next one, the angels and ancestor. So that is it's why I say this game is quite clever. It's so real and it's so confusing that a lot of people, don't know how to get out of it. So with the angels and ancestor oracles, we have the moon. Take note of intuitive messages. Now the full moon is on the 4th of June. As I say, it's the full moon. It's the manifestation time. It's also the deliveries of information time. So yes, spirits say take note of intuitive message. Take notes. You literally can write things down, or if you can remember then in your mind, then that's fine. But there will be some sort of very important things that come your way. Prepare you for the new game. That's the thing. There will be certain, I don't know, it depends on what type of game you're playing, what role you want to become. It can be anything. For me, maybe it's some sort of like maybe new psychic abilities, because obviously that I'm a spiritualist. So we will find out, because that's exactly why I say I want to play this game with the collective. Because, for example, on the 4th, if something happens to me and I can take note, I will come back and say, guys, this is what happened, so how about you? It's for fun. It's like you imagine you playing a game now on your phone with a group of friends, and you go to the cafe together and you chat and you say, hey, look, I already conquer Rome, for example, and the other one say, it's only Rome, I conquer the whole US. If you see what I mean. I don't know what the name of the game is, but there's some game like that in the app stores. So we have to treat this as the same. This is the game we play, so we're gonna share with each other how we solve it. Or if you discover anything new about the trick that the game put in, there will be patterns. Everything works in patterns. So the second card, we have the minor guardians. Take time to reflect. the mirror guardians, take time to reflect. The reason why this card comes out is exactly the reason why I feel like I was talking too much about the same thing for the past few days. I hope people don't get bored with it. But something tells me that it's the time to just have to say more, make things clearer and clearer. So, because we're starting into something new, and we need to prepare our mentality to play it. Okay, guys, so before I go, I will pull one card for love and relationship. But I do see love coming. Someone from your past life, your soulmate. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. The whole thing so awesome. So please stay positive and keep going. As I say, if I were in your shoes, I would really trust spiritual path, because I now can see it very clear, the reason why we chose to be Sagittarius. This is all it about. So guys, happy Monday and have a very good week. Remember that if you want the course of aligning to your higher self, please email me, or if you want to donate, please find the donate button in the description box, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you and bye bye.